Hey guys, I'm Chuck.
And I'm Allie.
And we're AlliChuck Adventures. And we love RVing and we love getting out in our RV as much as possible. And next week next week is your spring break.
That's right.
And we're going to head to Georgia and Stone Mountain again to see her mom. And we had originally planned to go to Nashville after that, but the way gas prices are right now, that's not in the cards.
Just not going to happen this time.
No, it's going to be expensive enough just going to her mom's in Georgia, and we're just praying that the gas prices don't go any higher than they are right now, which they probably will. In this week's video, I'm going to just get the RV prepped and ready. I wanted to clean out the front storage hold. Allie's been yelling at me that it's a
little messy.
It's a little bit of a jungle in there.
So Chuck just made our cornhole boards recently, and so I want to get them in there. So I asked Chuck recently, since we've had Aquila for about a year now, if he's checked the caulk recently to see if it's still good and still holding. And so that's what he's going to do. He's going to check it out and make sure everything looks good. Make sure that there's not any cracks in it. We don't want any rain to come inside.
With this new rig, we have wet bolts on the axles and suspension, so I'm going to get under there. I haven't actually pumped any grease into it since we've had it, so I'm going to put a couple pumps in each one and just make sure they're good and greased and ready for the 500-mile trip to Georgia. It's actually going to feel really good to get out and camp next weekend. We've been so busy.
So last weekend, Chuck had 2 back-to-back Carnival Crew gigs, and for those of you that are new to our channel, we are both in a Motley Crue tribute band, and so he had 2 gigs. One was in St. Augustine, and then one was back here in our hometown in Safety Harbor area.
So yeah, that was quite a weekend of work, driving to St. Augustine, which is about 3.5 hours for us. Doing the show, driving home after the show, getting up the next day, playing again. Allie wasn't able to do these shows, obviously.
No, with the surgery and everything, and
still recovering.
We'll see what happens in the future. I may not be able to do it anymore, but who knows what the future holds.
Oh, I think she will, because she was dancing at the Safety Harbor show, so not on stage, but
well, not my normal self that I normally dance really hard, but I just had a good time.
So our next big show is going to be in Daytona at the Daytona Bandshell, so she's going to try to see if she can't get ready for that. That's in June, so she's got a couple months.
Yeah, we'll see.
So just since yesterday, the gas prices have jumped up another 20 cents a gallon. I've seen it as much as $4.50 a gallon now, but it seems to be $4.40 at most of the gas stations around here, and I'm just wondering how this is going to affect our plans for RVing this summer. If it keeps going up, I mean, it's bad enough now. We are heading to Georgia next weekend. It's going to cost us over $400 to get up there and back. We had planned on going to Nashville while we were that close, but we can't afford it now. I'm just wondering how this is going to affect a lot of you guys out there in your RV plans for this summer, because it's definitely going to affect our plans. I mean, we had a lot of trips kind of not booked out, but planned that we were going to take this summer, and now we're thinking for us to be able to camp, we're going to have to stay within an hour or 2 of home. It's just not going to be feasible to go very much farther because of these gas issues. I really think this is going to hurt the RV industry too, unfortunately. These are the cornhole boards that I actually made, and I actually ordered the decals for my favorite team, the Eagles, and Allie's favorite team, college-wise, and that is obviously Alabama. So I want to see if we can find a way to fit these in the front storage hold. And as I was saying, the storage hold has become a rat's nest. I was going to build a stinky slinky holder underneath the RV this week, but money is a little tight right now, even for that, with the gas prices the way they are, and us getting ready to head to Georgia. It's going to cost us, well, by the time we head to Georgia next week, it might be $5 a gallon, so who knows. But I think I'm just going to get a storage tote to keep it in for now, and I want to organize all this stuff up, clean this all out so it's way more organized than what it is now. It's just a rat's nest. Leave a comment down below if your storage hold looks like this, or if you're a little more organized than I am. Well, I think that looks a lot better. I gotta fix that extension cord. I was supposed to put that in the tote. I'll get it when I get it back out. It's buried, but I was able to get the cornhole boards up there on their side, put a blanket between them so they don't bang around too much, and the chairs and everything should hold them in place. Well, it's neat for now. I'm sure when we come back from our trip, it won't be neat. That's just the way I am. Okay, I've checked all the lap sealant on the roof. It looks fine. I do think that it's helped that I've used the 303 aerospace on that as well as on the whole roof itself. It does provide a lot of UV protection. I'm gonna run the slide in, and I'm gonna go ahead and get under here and grease up those wet bolts on the suspension. I don't know if you can see real well, but there are grease zerks right here. And I'm just gonna pump maybe 1 or 2 pumps in each one, just make sure they are okay. It has been a year after all. So I'm not sure why, but when I shot this video and imported it in, there was no audio. So what I did is I just put 1 pump in each one of the zerks, and basically that's all I did. Pretty simple. Okay, I've had to step inside the RV because the wind is so bad outside, but I think everything is ready to go. I got all the zerks greased on the suspension and the shackle bolts and all that. Caulk all looks good. Now if we can just afford the gas prices to go, that's going to be a real issue, as it seems like it's jumping 20 cents a day, and we're not leaving till Sunday. It could be well over $5 a gallon by the time we're ready to hit the road. All right, guys, if you found this video entertaining or found it useful, we would appreciate it if you would drop us a like down below, drop us a comment, and if you're new here, we would really love it if you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell and join us on our adventures. We'll see you next week.